It's good to be here in the grand finals, seeing everything come to a close. And the amazing conclusion, I casted Clanker Clan in the first series, and it's so great to revisit them. But I'm sure that Ash's champion squad, especially with AshCon, my great, one of the people I have had the pleasure to cast with before, he's now on the player's side. I'm very interested in seeing that. I think it's time to get into the game, right? The map bans.
Yes.
Clanker Clan versus Ash's champions. So again, we've seen this map pool many times, but we still like to see what these players are coming up with, especially because now they've had the time to watch other people's games. I've seemed to have heard some discourse within the teams about no way, there's no way that you're doing prep right now. And stuff like that. But some people are taking this very seriously. So let's see what happens here. They've already started banning bind. I think I haven't seen a single map of bind so far. Have you?
Yeah, I don't think I haven't. And actually, you see Ascent ban too, and that's also really surprising. But I can kind of understand it because I mean, Ascent I feel like is the most safe like map in the current rotation, and it's also like the most boring one. I know a lot of people actually are kind of bored with Ascent at this point, so I kind of understand it. It's a tournament that like obviously you want to put all 100% of your effort in, but you want a little bit of fun. Ooh, corrode. Yes. Okay. I gotta talk to you real quick. So I know a lot of people. The new map, right? I know a lot of people, generally speaking. I think the general opinion is that they hate corrode. They don't like it.
Well-built map for like the gameplay, though. I enjoy it so much.
I love it, but I'm a chamber main, right? So
I'm a chamber one trick. Wait a second.
That's what, and I think that's why we're biased. Is because corrode is kind of like chamber's playground with how often you can TP. Whether or not we're gonna see chamber, right, like being picked, I don't know. But man, it's gonna be so much fun casting corrode. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of like nuances that you can get into, like specifically on the defensive side. To make it.
I think for the culture, Aria Deviluk is going to have some chamber on their team because her team is Wadada in GC, and my teacher Starbound is the best chamber player I can say that's playing chamber so consistently right now. And corrode is just so good for chamber, not just because of his teleport positions, but because he's so good on those extremities. And when you bring a second sentinel into the mix, he has free reign over where to go, both on defense and on attack, to kind of waste the enemy util, always keep them paranoid, and that mid control is so important.
No, absolutely. I mean, you look at it too, where for corrode, I think it's one of the only maps where you could argue an entry duelist is not actually that crucial to have. Like, it's not like a site where you need a jet, you need a raise, you need a waylay to be able to take that space when you're hitting a site on attack. But for corrode, because of how quickly you can just like rotate and like, if the initial entry doesn't work out, just rotate through mid or have a lurk on that A, and because rotations take like 2 seconds, really isn't that big of a deal. Which is why, for if you're a defender, the Senti pick is probably gonna be the most important. So it's gonna be really curious to see who picks the Senti
and on attack too.
That.
Because if the rotations are so fast, then that means the lurk is more and more important as time goes on. So we are really excited to see what happens here. And let's talk about the other maps, actually, because I think we've been neglecting them for sure.
Yeah, Icebox. Okay, so I love corrode. I hate Icebox personally.
Me too!
I mean, yeah. Okay, so I mean, it's on Riot's fault. It's not going to be anything other than just the fact that they still haven't figured out how to patch that. But either way, I mean, Icebox, I'm gonna be curious to see the controller, right? Because at least like, from a pure solo queue perspective, Viper's the go-to from a solo queue perspective. But these teams, I would not be shocked to see double controller, and maybe a team just forgoes the Senti, and you just offer double controller, and then just have like, I don't know, Viper be locked down on B or A, and then just have them be the quote unquote like pseudo Senti.
Yeah, just like on Bind.
Yes, and so that's gonna be something interesting to see for Icebox. How they're gonna be able to play that with the Senti controller picks. And then next we have okay. I also hate Lotus, but I
love it.
I'm a Counter-Strike OG, so yeah, I'm a Counter-Strike OG, so I don't. The three site maps are blasphemy to me. But I mean, with Lotus, I think. I mean, so for I'm again, I'm a Senti main, so I'm just thinking from like a Senti standpoint. Like Lotus, you see the
Well,
chamber, you see the
Vise
KJ,
is also very
buys.
important on C side.
Yes,
But I
absolutely.
say that just pick Chamber on every map because he's just so strong right now, and a lot of teams just don't know how to deal with a good Chamber player.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know. I might be biased. That's it. I I can't say
Okay,
anything else for it.
yeah, and then so you see the next pick. Ooh, Sunset. Okay,
Oh yeah,
Sunset's a fun map. I know that
we have.
back in the previous patch or before Cypher got nerfed, like with his trips, Sunset was absolutely important because it's just ciphers would just unbreakable trip setup for B, and then that's just
Oh yeah.
basically. And if you didn't have Sova arrays, it's kind of GG. But yeah, so Sunset, that'll be fun to watch, and then I think finally we're gonna be looking for the OT map pick in case that this gets to game 5. We'll see
Yeah,
about
the
that.
decider is going to be Haven.
Haven. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes.
The other 3 side map that I. But no,
It's
but at least
inevitable, bro.
no, it is, it is. But hey, with Haven, it's kind of the same thing with Corrode, right? It's fast rotations. You don't have to hit the site initially, for that, but Senti picks is going to dictate how the game's going to go. You can expect that both, from a solo queue perspective, you can assume that both teams want to try to rock the Sova for that, be able to break potential cipher trips, get the info as well with the recon dart and whatnot. But if it doesn't work out, then hey, you can always just rotate as well with the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the initiator pick is gonna be really interesting. Hopefully, we actually see not Sova, right? Just because then that'll make the gameplay even that much more interesting to see how we're
Oh
gonna go
yeah,
on
for
from
sure.
there. But
Okay,
okay,
well, do you think we're ready to get into agent select here?
I think we are. So here we go. Ooh, Corrode. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be great. Oh man. Already Keitsu's hovering over the jet and Chopped Cheese hovering the Vise. So that's to be expected with the Vise pick. The only downside
Yeah.
that I have with Vise is the fact that like if you're on the opposite team with against the Vise, you can kind of already just expect that Vise is just gonna have her set up B for the most part because
Yeah,
it's like why wouldn't she not set up B? And if she
it's
sets up A,
just
then it's
so
like
much more beneficial.
yeah. Oh, okay. So we're gonna see Vi's mirror picks here, which will be interesting. Fade is not surprising as well because between Fade
Yep.
and Sova, that you want one of the
The
two to be able to get
corners.
the info for the corners, the Fade Eye and the dogs as well, just to be able to get that information really really good. The Your pick is going to be interesting, and oh my god, wait, both teams already locked in super quick. The Astra
Yeah.
pick, the controller for Astra, that is an interesting.
I haven't seen that in so long,
I have
bro.
not seen that either. Yes, so that'll be a very very cool. I'm really really curious to see what their setup's going to be for the Astra pick.
In fact, I haven't seen Astra for so long that I don't know what all of her abilities are called. I know that Gravity Well is the suck. Stun, I have no idea.
And then just the giant wall that just
Yes.
like oh the wall.
Astral Divide. That's Astral Divide. Okay, at least I
Yeah,
got that. I'm two for 4. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like coming into this, I don't you think that you have to predict that Vise is going to be implemented differently because you have the Viper act as again like maybe
yeah.
another a pseudo senti capacity. So I'm really interested in that. The early engagement, I think, yeah, Ketsu's probably going to just peek out and try to get one here. Let's see what happens here. Oh wow, uh, Veldot is playing very far up as Vise.
Yeah,
Okay.
you actually see early contact being made on the B there. Oh,
Ooh!
both sides actually.
What a
Great pick
what
from
a
Arya.
screamer from Arya. It's already broken up the defense, but the defense is now heavily weighted towards the B side. And look, Clocracy, just hearing all of this presence come through A link, it's all on to Omar to try to stall it out. But scanned in, it's not possible. Pressured into that fight because we know that the Omen is coming from main. So now, as the dust settles, it's 2v4, and I can't see any world in which this goes the defender's ways.
Yeah, what's crazy is that after they got the site though, you see here for Swifty and Chopped Cheese, last time I remembers live, they're actually not being scanned at all. They're getting so much space here. Yeah, and so Swifty gets
Okay.
the first pick. We'll see how
I'm
they
starting
can
to
replay this,
believe.
though.
Yeah, it's a powerful gun right there, but Ashkon's dizzy. They're gonna have to clear past this. It does get shot, but it does blind good, so that's a little bit more delay. Oh my gosh, Veldot has Oryx right there! Veldot has Ashkon, but Cursed, stop that in its tracks. It could have gone real nasty.
Yeah, Chop Cheese really putting in the work. They're able to pick up a bunch of kills there towards the end, but you know, in the end, we have the victory going over to, it was Ashkon, right? Or no, sorry, Curse ID,
yes.
sorry. Yeah, Curse ID, sorry. But yeah, no, I mean, so that was actually a really, really good start though, because I mean, able to get the first 2 picks on the A side, both defenders actually going down on the A, an immediate take into the post-plant scenario. So we'll see how things play out for the second round here.
Oof, early present noted in mid. They're just spamming out. Well, that blindside does come out at the perfect time, taking out Oryx. But they're going to have to do a little bit better than that on the save because the gun advantage is still for the attackers. Arya holding the fort in A main. Clockracy is going to be tested right here. Clockracy, Arya might not expect this. And Clockracy gets the better of Arya, so this suddenly has turned the way of the defenders. Cursed! Can you survive against Swifty? And now Swifty's pressured. Ethan so fast on the recourse. And now Clockracy left with a Bulldog, still full health though, so this is possible, Ubu.
Absolutely, and they haven't figured out where Klo is just yet. Although I can't imagine they're not going to check back mid here post-plant.
The peek comes out. Close position is noted. Takes 20 damage. That's still enough for 2 body shots from Ethan.
Ooh, got rid of the crossfire here though.
Wait, this could be possible. Contact taken, and both of them just swing. Ethan, so sharp despite the low HP. Just so cool. But that was such a costly round for the attacker's side. They can't really bonus much.
Yeah, I was about to say, Clanker Clan, even though they're down 0-2, I mean, that's a pretty good, save round there. Able to get rid of not only 3 members, but you also got Ethan down low enough to where that regen shield, I think he's got the 1 charge left, and that's it. So, pretty solid save round there. But, I mean, we're seeing just constant fights, and the important thing here is that Ash's champion squad, they like taking that mid space here, right? So you see 2 more members actually looking towards the mid, see if they try to retake it as well.
But going up against that mid fight is going to be a little bit difficult if Swifty gets on the position where the blindside does come through, because they're going to have to deal with it. They have no counter flash of their own besides Ashkon, and Ashkon is pretty far removed from mid. He's going to be looking to end the extremity fight right there. Ethan baiting it out, understands where Swifty is, but Veldot just so quick to respond with a peek of their own, and Omar is going to get pressured. The solo defender on A site. Maybe a pick, that's the best case scenario. Seize does come through. And as the Thrash signifies that it is going to start ending on A, all the defenders start rotating over, and this is about to be a brawl for the ages. Coming in through elbow, no A main control taken. Swifty fast on the re-clear, finds Cursed just a little bit to thin the herd, but it's Ashkon and Oryx to combine to actually break this site open, and break it open they do. Ketsu, lone hero, has to get out in time, but stuck on the updraft. It's a feast for Ashkon if Ashkon can find it, and Oryx, yes, finds it before Ketsu can recover. And these rounds are so chaotic, frenetic, and close. I can't really say that it's a domination, but the attackers are looking good.
Yeah, Ashkon there with the clutch second Thrash. First Thrash didn't get anything, and so, but it was able to recall the Thrash in time to where, Ashkon was able to reclaim it and then get that second charge, which ended up being really, really clutch, because it's the only reason why Ketsu went down, right? It's because even Ketsu tried to updraft over the Thrash. Just not enough time there, but yeah. Good start here if you're Ash's champion squad.
Yeah, start indeed, and you see much of the same setup coming out from the defender's side. Maybe the Astra has moved towards A as well. And Swifty, being alone on this extremity, has found so much value. The attackers right now are getting funneled into mid, except for Arya, and Omar trades out. It's exactly what we want to see. But it's all up to Veldot here to try and thin the herd before they make the post-plant stand. And Veldot are going to find nothing. Oh, there it is. All of that site is open, but rifles have been recovered for the side of Clanker Clan. So it is on.
not really hiding the retake location, so Chris had already definitely heard at least 2 of the members coming here through the mid. As you can see, Swifty's about to peek this, but don't know if Chris is actually going to be able to get the pick here. Playing a little bit of a dangerous angle, but might get rewarded.
The way they're clearing this is making me nervous.
Nice.
They're just giving it one by one. And there's no recourse from Omar right there. Maybe a seize, but that was the last defender on Clanker's side. So all that attention is going to be turned towards Omar, and Omar cannot stand the heat.
Yeah, I mean, now all of a sudden, right, Ash's champion squad up 4-0. So at this point here, if I'm team Clanker Clan, the one issue that you're seeing constantly, right, is that Ash's champion squad is able to take so much space mid. So you need to be able to prioritize some resistance on the mid just to deter, you know, Clanker Clan from being able to take all that space, because once they've taken the mid, then, you know, the options open up. They can do split A, they can do split B, doesn't really matter, right? So it's actually the right call, I think, by sending Swifty mid, since both duelist mid, actually, because both are able to get out, right? If they don't get the pick on the initial, they can just, you know, Yorick can just TP out here, which might see in a second.
Ooh, it is so important. And wait, does Swifty see the edge of the
There
model?
you go.
Yep. Gonna actually flick over to Oryx right there. No sweat indeed. I was just gonna say, like, even if you have control of mid, you still need control of one of the extremities, but maybe not. Oh my gosh, Clanker just goes down for the count there. Curse it, and Ketsu tries to hold the fort in a link. This is a crucial pivot position. You've got to stand the ground. You've got to stand the test. And now with Ethan on the back line, all of these defenders are looking more and more constricted. This is so tough.
Yeah, and the worst part too is it's just Chop Cheese alone here on the B site, so you can see right now the rotations to hit the B are going through, because since that wall is just the only thing left to trigger, and you see right now as Ethan's coming out, but Chop Cheese hiding out in the corner. Not spotted just yet, but I can't imagine they won't clear it.
Yeah, they have to. There's no info
Or
utility right
not.
now, but Veldot, you've got to make a move now, some way, somehow, and Ashcon goes down, and that's enough for the Steel Garden, but can it arrive in time? It's just Omar, and nothing else can be done. Veldot expending the Steel Garden, and what I think was a move of desperation.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the Vi's ulti wasn't a bad call, because I mean, you got the pick, and then that gives you the ulti, and then you know that most of the enemy team's on site. It's just the issue is that enemy team, you know, for Clanker Clan, they took so much space that they were able to get into that B elbow, and then, you know, prevent Ash's champion squad, because you saw 2 members going down on that CT entry into the B. So I mean, great post plant from Clanker Clan, and they're running away with it right now from this map 1.
And with the number advantage too, like Steel Garden, when you neuter their guns, you have to have people able to follow up on those kills or fight out the remaining players that weren't caught in it. And as this execute comes through, the one with the lesser guns is going to be Clanker's team. And so she's down for the count. Swifty with the Bucky in hand. What are you able to do with it? You have one blind sight. Oh, going very fast into it. Does take down Cursed, but allows the plan to go through. And this is no better a position than they were just a few seconds ago. Maybe 3v4 is a little bit more doable than 3v5, but Aria in such a huge position with Ashcon right here. Blindside comes through, full flash. Oh my gosh, Swifty turning the tides right there. So it's a 2-on-2. Rifles recovered. And with the Viper's pick going down, oh, that trade is going to come through as well. So Swifty on for the ace, but isn't able to get it. Oryx, the Mad Hatter, just too sharp.
Oh, you wanted to see Swifty be able to get that ace. You wanted to so bad, especially after they got 3 picks with the Bucky. Oh my god, that's a heartbreaking scenario, but it was so close. Not yet to be. But yeah, I mean, okay, so if you're Team Ash's champion squad at this point, I mean, you're running away with it, right? 6-0 lead, Clanker Clan down 0-6. I'm shocked that we haven't seen a timeout yet for if you're Clanker Clan, but it looks like they're just gonna keep going with it. As you see, Ash's champion squad, they just want to go 5A. That's not even trying to hide it.
Yeah, look at that Thresh come through. Space has been taking mid, but what's that use if the attackers lock you out of the side? But maybe Swifty has other ideas. So much damage onto Aria, and also a pick onto Ethan. This is looking promising. And all of these attackers are holed up in elbow. This is a prime position for the defenders, but the attackers might fight this out, fight their way out of it, carve a path. And now as the paranoia and the thrash come again, it's all but looking dangerous for the defender's side. Arya just so proactive. That's what you like to see out of Ashes Champions in 2v4 Veldot. You could have been the hero before, but now, definitely not.
Yeah, and you know, the crazy thing too is that for that retake, at least initially, Clanker Clan actually had Ashes Champion Squad sort of dead to rights. They were all stuck in that elbow for that A site. It's just giving ones, and then unfortunately too with the post. I mean, for Clanker Clan, right? Just Ashes Champion Squad is so just resilient and poised to make sure that, like, hey, every single angle is being covered. If one person doesn't get it, then, you know, we have a trade. And rewarded with now 7-0 for the lead.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, you see the double duelist configuration trying to take space, trying to take the early fights, but you can't hit the shots. It becomes a liability.
Yeah, and you see here too, I mean, not only are Ashes Champion Squad able to get the pick, they're able to, you know, quietly rotate out, and it looks like the rotation is going towards the B, yeah. Which...
where that initial fall happened. So now they have to contend with this sheer, but is it going to be really that much of a problem? Swifty right now with the Bucky tries it again, but
yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me. You fool me twice, shame on me. That's not gonna happen. With Ulrich spamming through that poison orb, it's just over at this point. It was a Deagle buy, trying to get something worth out of these weapons, but you know, they're gonna have to go again for a lesser, like, economic position.
Yeah, I mean, the only hope you have here, if you're Clanker Clan, just able to get, you know, a couple picks, maybe recover the rifles, and then just... at this point, I don't think retake's possible, so yeah, definitely try to just get some eco damage down. But there you go, there's one pick here, Ash going down, and... ooh, Chloe able to get rid of Orcs, so there you go.
Are you starting to believe? No,
no.
Never mind.
Okay. No, unfortunately not. But hey, I mean, you're able to get 2 picks, so there's a little bit of eco damage there to reward you for your troubles. But
yeah,
I mean,
and Arya has to rebuy armor, but look at the money that they have. It's basically drop in the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just, you know, it's like as giant as like the wage gap in the U.S., right? I mean, you have the rich and the poor right now. I mean, look at Silky, look at the money difference right now, right? Look at the money difference. It's so incredible for this difference. And the worst part too is that if you're Clanker Clan, Ethan has Visal for post plan. So these rifles, you have to be able to take the picks quick, and then just be able to understand that, like, even if you get the picks, if Vi's still alive, that post play, you know, Visal is going to come out for sure. Kind of, this is interesting though. Right. All 5 of Clanker Clan in that mid.
Oh, they're so smart for waiting that out as they cross into sight. No free kills, but it doesn't really matter because Swifty's just so good on that. Wow, and Omar as well. Wait a second. They're just fighting out of this with no abandon. Putting caution to the wind, and oh my gosh. That was just a complete 180.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with Lihu there, right? Able to get 3 kills, just headshot, back to back, and then able to just, you know, the triple kill alone, creating the space. And then you also see here too, right, for Clanker Clan, for the majority of that time there for that fight, playing together, right? And so I think that's definitely the thing you got to take. And you also have to note here too, and I'm starting to like this adaptation here for Clanker Clan, is the fact that mid is absolutely the thing that you definitely need to at least, maybe not like obtain, but don't give it for free, right? You want to at least fight for it. Yeah,
and you're fighting for mid as well. It's,
there you go.
Oh, ending the defender's
That's
way.
Spike too.
Yeah, Ashes Champions don't want, wait, they want to reinforce this. They want to refight it. Somehow, do you have the util for it though? That's the question. And ooh, a spam coming through, still letting Clanker Clan know that there's something afoot mid, and Cursed finding the drop onto Veldot. That's exactly what you want to see, but the Astral Divide is so good in separating each of these fights. Such a stop to their action, and Ethan just has to run away, and maybe, I mean, you have money, so why not just go for it? But they're going to expect some kind of
flank him here.
Re-aggression
Yeah, I
through
was
the
saying,
flank.
this
Yeah,
is readable.
look at all that. Ketsu reading this already with Omar ready to trade as well. So this is gonna be
ready for it.
There it is. Yep.
Good stuff from Ketsu there, because prior to this round, still was killless at 0-8, but able to pick a nice triple gold there. But no, I mean, that was really good from Clanker Clan, right? Able to take that space mid, and like I said, you don't need to like permanently like just like it's a ride or die, take the mid sort of scenario, but definitely try to get the pick, try to deter Ash's champion squad from actually wanting to take the mid, wanting to push and create all that presence. So definitely we're starting to see a nice little adaptation here from Team Clanker Clan.
The Swifty so fast, but there wasn't any util to help Swifty get into position. That was just a free kill given to the wayside. Clogger, see? Oh, they're not waiting. She doesn't wait for the trigger discipline, but maybe somebody would have cleared her out anyway. But Sleepy Aria, they don't understand how fast Omar is, but Cursed does.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so the only scary thing I think now for Clanker Clan on that mid take is not much util being thrown out prior to the peak. So if they kind of just ran out there with Rambo guns blazing and then was taken down immediately, and Chloe was able to get the trade back onto, I believe it was Ash, who was pushing up that mid top there to try to take that space, and then had Spike for like a brief moment. But yeah, in general though, right? So hopefully we'll see that, maybe Clanker Clan can make this a 9-3, maybe a potential 9-3 curse for the half. But I mean, money-wise, I mean, Ketsu's on a stinger because they don't have the money.
Yeah, I mean, at this level, you'd expect more util to be thrown out from the defender side to take space. As the fake out comes through, it pays off dearly. Yep. It's what we want to see from Swifty, and although Swifty has been getting those kills unassisted, this certainly helps. And now Sleepy Aria goes down for the count. It's a 5v2 all of a sudden. That's exactly what you want to see out of a double duelist comp. So proactive, so aggressive too, and it pays off beautifully. Just wish we had seen more of that throughout the first half, but luckily they get a bit of a windfall, a bit of a breathing room to continue into the second half. It's not like they have to execute this flawlessly, but again, 9-3 is still a tough thing to come back from.
Yeah, more importantly too, I mean, last 3 or 4 rounds, right, going over to Clanker Clan, so you're able to build at least some momentum, right? And pistol round is going to be incredibly important. If you lose the pistol round, you have to imagine if you're Clanker Clan that you have to force that second, because I mean, otherwise the round disparity is going to be way too big to be able to come back from. But if I'm Clanker Clan too, right, you notice that like, hey, we take the mid, it worked well. Likewise, you should expect that Ash Champion Squad wants to take this mid presence as well, which, as you can see, they're doing so.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like they don't have the util for it. That's a very good aggressive setup from Gecko and Omen, and with that sheer trip, this removes a little bit of options from the defender's side, but look at how much space they've taken in mid. They're not sweating this at all. Yeah, and no rotation has been called for the initial B aggression. That's exactly what is up. And Sleepy Aria, what a great crossfire from it, especially with Cursed to assist on the ace site. This is so great look coming out from Ash's champions.
Yeah, and because of that too, so not only do you get the information that they were rotating out, not from just the Yoru TP, but some of the members from Clanker Clan, when they were coming out from that B, footsteps were heard from the mid. So yeah, because of that, yeah, and then Ash gets the Swifty here, and it's all of a sudden it's a 1v5 as Lihu's.
There's almost no way out of this.
No, not at all, because yeah, they took so much space on the mid. I mean, you saw the crossfire from, there was Arya and I forgot the other member for that mid, but able to get that crossfire going, and then Arya was able to get 2 picks as well for that rotation. And so that information is so important here. And then mid, if you're the attackers, if you're Clanker Clan, you can't really just afford to hide and play for the fact that they're going to push the mid. You need to be able to get that information, right? And the unfortunate thing is that if you're Clanker Clan, the only real information that you have is the fade, right? It's just Lihu with the eye. Yeah, and
it's so easily broken. So is the Arc Rose. And maybe you want to put your Yoru there with a fake out, but
here we go.
used on the extremities for the most part, and now, all defenders just converge on Omar right there. There's no coming out of that one, especially not against the roar of a judge. And wait a second, Veldot finds something, but it's an amazing flash that goes the other way. Wait, that wasn't a dizzy, that was a blindside from Clanker Clan. They shut themselves down.
Yeah, and for Clanker Clan too, so they opted to save, they opted to not go for the buy, which means that for this round, they're able to get, you know, rifles at the very least, and oh, it looks like Swifty's just gonna go. I guess Swifty's debating about what, for a moment, Swifty was looking for the Bucky, was looking for it, but instead going for the Guardian, so a little bit more classic of a gun, but yeah, no, so for Clanker Clan, the mid, right, again, they tried to take the mid there, ended up that for Team Ashes Champion Squad, they favor the mid so much that they just constantly want to be able to fight, take the space here. You see, for Clanker Clan, they're hoping that Ashes Champion Squad doesn't push it, right? Because they're getting ready for it. But if I'm Ashes Champion Squad, you just need the info, right? You don't need to peek out and push it. You just need to get the info.
What's the answer to this double controller, double initiator setup? Like, what kind of plays are you able to make to burn their util early? I guess not many. They seem like they've just they're playing this perfectly, Ashes champions. So again, Ashcon baiting this initial aggression out. Yeah, that's a one and done with the Bucky, maybe two, but it's just Veldot trade out. Even trades on both sides right now, but Clanker finds an edge. There it is on a curse sit and a second onto Oryx. That's perfect. And now for the first attacker round, I guess it was the bonus round of Ashes champions, but okay, Ethan still has a rifle in play with full health. This is looking nice. And maybe Clanker playing this off angle. Ethan might not clear it too. And Clanker down there. Oh my gosh, he does. And it's all but possible. There it is. Ethan has to clear this double swing out. Oh, Ketsu just so sharp. I mean, the bait and switch. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, they took the space mid, right? And then it got a little bit dicey there for, especially for that A link, because, I mean, we saw trades back and forth, right? Members going down within seconds of each other just to get the trade outs. But at the end of it, Clanker Clan able to come out on top to make this a 4-11 game. But yeah, so if you're Clanker Clan, right? I think we're talking about, like, you know, what can they do now? The fact that since they need to get something, you know, rolling here. Either A, you just opt for the mid, I think, and then just, yeah, you take the fight, and then you're just saying, okay, we're just going to shoot better, and just gamble for that. Alternatively, and this is what I think you're going to see Chop Cheese do here, which is get a lurk going, right? Get a lurk going so that, because again, the Senti is Vise. There's going to be a gap somewhere, and by a gap, I mean, it's going to down to be a 1v1, so you got to have that lurk be willing to take that 1v1, get the pick, and get an early rotate coming out from the defenders, even a panic rotate, you know, just an over rotate, to where then the options open up. And so that's where you see your Chop Cheese is still around that A. I can't imagine that. Oh no, instead it looks like Clanker Clan is going to want to try to retake that space mid, but they haven't really been quiet about it.
They're going to play right into Ashes Champions' hands. Look at the dizzy positioning. Look at the paranoia possibility right there. And they've decided to give it a second thought and abandon it, actually. Clanker inserted. But is that really an inserted position if there's no loud rotate to let Clanker come through and find a pick? They're so stalwart holding this mid space. I don't think Clanker has a way through this. Chloe, can you figure it out?
Well, Fade Hunt is going to come up here soon for B. It's a 2v1 on B. Spikes towards B. So you only see here that it's just Ethan and alone to hold the B.
Look at this.
Yeah, they're going to fake the
A early space. So attention is turned away from mid, but Clanker is just not sharp enough yet. And Sleepy Aria is going to find it first. Attackers do make light work of the remaining defenders on site, but look at the spacing. They're all so far behind that Ethan has a way back into this round. 3 players in main. This is all but over unless a flash really works out, and Ethan positions so close up. Yeah. But are they going to find a favorable trade? That's the question. With the C's as well, this is deadly. All Ethan has to do is just hold down left mouse button, and maybe Veldot has something to save with it.
Oh, Chop Jesus won.
Oh, no. And it's 12 rounds. It's match point already.
Yeah, so I mean, for that post plant, right? It worked out initially because they were able to find the pick between Lihu and Swifty, but then Swifty had to TP out, which left Lihu alone on the site for that post plant, and then Lihu going down means that the remaining members of Clanker Clan all opting to group up together for that B main, which the tough situation is once you smoke it off, you're scared to push out, right? You're scared to push out because the guns are just trained on the B main. So would have liked to see maybe one of the members from Clanker Clan in that post plant go for the mid just to make not all the guns being trained on that B main.
Yeah, and already early 5-man aggression. They're getting desperate. They want to go all the way through, but Ethan, that outlaw rings true throughout the site, and Ketsu takes it first. That's not what you want to see with all this stall util. There's barely a way back into sight. Has to run through the vulnerable and puts them in a terrible position. That outlaw misses one shot, misses a second, chased down through elbow, but it's Ashcon able to find an opening on the other side of the site. So now it's Cursed. The attackers have to turn their attention, and turn their attention they will, making quick work of an extremity, but it's down to Clocracy to try and make it work, but Omar can't do it all on his own. That's just it. 13-4. What a blowout.
Yeah, and that's crazy too, because I'm pretty sure Corrode was Clocracy's pick as well, so that map pick not going at all.
Okay, we're back in it. That was a blowout of a first map, but it is still a BO5, so let's see if it's a complete sweep. There were some good ideas being thrown around by Clanker Clan. It wasn't just I just think the cards didn't fall in their favor. The picks gotten by the first, I think Swifty, just weren't followed up on as great as they liked it to be. So what are your thoughts about coming into this next map of Icebox? What do you want to see?
Yeah, so I mean, we were just talking during the break. Icebox is a really weird. It's in a weird state right now. I think for that Riot kind of hasn't figured out about how to make it a little bit more specifically, I guess, somewhat Sentinel friendly, because the Senti pick is really hard to sort of. It doesn't actually. I don't think any Senti is perfect for Icebox. It's like the one map where it doesn't matter what you run, it's never going to be perfect. But the most popular pick is the KJ, so I can't imagine we won't see KJ being picked here. But I mean, more importantly, right? I think most important pick, it should be a Sova. I think you absolutely need a Sova. And then another really important pick is going to be the controller too. We were talking about that during the map select, the beginning of the stream, which is that, at least in solo queue, Viper is like the go-to. But with these teams, right, this is team fives. And so because of that, well, I would not be shocked to see double controller, right? Just to where it's like a Viper and then maybe like a Clove, or Viper and an Omen, something like that, right? I think Omen would be really, really cool here, right? Because then you get someone that can play a little bit more aggressive while still having that other second anchor here. But I think the more important thing is that, for both teams, just being able to understand and off of the tendencies of what the enemy team's doing, how do you adapt, right? Adaptability is going to be really, really key here, specifically for these best of fives, right? Because it's not like it's one and done, right? You got, at bare minimum, 2 more games. So even if Clanker Clan's down 0-2 after this game, right, still have one more chance at least to start the reverse sweep. And so because of that, I think adaptability, understanding, taking advantage of the timeouts. We didn't see either team use a timeout at all for the game one. Although, if you're Ash's champion squad, kind of didn't really need to. Kind of was just, your plan was working. So you can see that. But yeah, just, understanding, communicating with each other, and then just talking about what exactly is it, not even necessarily what, your team is doing wrong. It's what's the enemy team doing that's so successful and whatnot. And so I think if they can do that, then we're going to be starting to see a lot more of a closer game.
And finding those gaps too. It's not like Ashcon's team was playing perfectly. There's got to be some way to get around it, and it's just unfortunate that they didn't find it on Corrode. But Icebox is a map that's difficult for a lot of teams, and Icebox is also a map where maybe you want to try something really weird, like putting a harbor on Icebox or something like that. But I'm still excited. I think I'm ready to go into Agent Select and see what they're picking. I wait. Oh, somebody's not in the game.
Yeah, it looks like one member's not in the on the defenders team just yet, so we'll get that figured out shortly. But um, otherwise, though, I mean, yeah. So I think again, crucial thing here is for Agent Select is just again controller pick, initiator pick. The Sensei pick's actually the least important, right? Because
Yeah,
really it doesn't matter. Yeah, but either way, I think so long as I really think it's just gonna be Sova from both teams. Because I mean, yeah, I mean these guys are all high elo. They know exactly what works and what doesn't work for Icebox, at least in solo queue. So I can't imagine that it's gonna be any different here. Double initiate would be interesting to see, but let's see. Okay, Gecko being hovered by Lihu. That's interesting. Okay, there's a Sova pick from ooh.
3 duelists. They've got to be trolling.
There's I mean, no initiator. I mean, okay, they haven't locked
And
in
you're
yet.
playing
So
Clove. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna listen to Ashkon's teams
until they lock in. Yeah, until they lock in. Yeah. Okay, but let's just play the theoretical here. Assuming they lock that in, they just want to run it down and they do not give two
well, they have Breach.
balonies.
Yeah, this looks very standard coming out from the side of Clanker Clan.
There we go.
Really
Okay.
matter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Ethan's gonna play the Initi. I think that's fair. And then there's the Sova. The Viper from Clove makes sense. And then yeah, so Ashcon on the
KJs.
on the Clove. Yeah, and there's the KJs. So Ashcon on Clove. So that's the only real like okay, that is different, is that you're not going for the Viper. But I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Because you already have like a really aggressive team that wants to take the space.
Yeah.
And what you're saying for Ashcon is that okay, we don't care necessarily about the post fight because we already have Oryx on the KJ. Instead, let's just continue to take that space and continue to take our fights, get the most aggressive controller, right? So
and also on
makes
defense,
sense.
they're probably just going to play really retake heavy and like fill in the gaps that the attacking side has left on the other side of the map. So it is going to be a very tight round always. Like whoever's on the side of Clanker Clan watching that flank is going to be having Ashcon's team basically breathing down their necks.
Yes, but so okay, so agent selects are it's completed, and we can see right here, right, like I was talking about, KJs and Sobas, standard for Icebox. Don't really need to bat an eye on that. What is interesting is the fact that for Team Clanker Clan, you're opting for the double initiator, right, with Gecko Soba. But that can work too, because especially because you have the Viper and the KJ. Post plays can be a nightmare for retake if you're if you're Ash's champion squad, because you got to deal with 3 separate mollies and a shock tart. So if the members of Team Clanker Clan are alive for that post plant, again, nightmare scenario. You have to deal with so much delay and so much time being wasted because of just all the mollies and stuff like that. But we'll see how this plays out.
Starting on the B side right now, without a Viper too.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense if you're Ash champion squad, because Clove can't. I mean, you got 2 smokes on A. Where are you gonna put them, right? There's gonna be a gap somewhere. So B kind of makes sense here. Ooh, what a great dart. Oh, it's I got
so
2.
Much value, but they're scaling up real quickly. And look at the rotate coming in from Clanker's Clan. Can they reach it in time? Clocracy is right there. Ashcon takes that out at the outset, but Volta is so stalwart, finding 2 on the defense as well, buying enough time for the rest of the defense to just line up and die, unfortunately. So now it's Ethan planning, and Ketsu ready to try and take a 1v3. You have to go for it. You've got a Sheriff, pretty good at this range at least, but not finding enough so far.
Yeah, and they also too know the location where Ketsu is too, so this isn't really much of a guessing game if you're Team Ash's champion squad.
You've got to clear this. Oh, and it's not sharp enough. Ethan, so quick and so confident on that peak as well. You don't want to give them 1v1s technically, but why do you care if it's somebody you know you can take 1v1s against?
Look at all the penguins there, just looking over the icebox. But yeah, no. So, anyways, I mean, it was a really clean take from Team Ash's champion squad, right? I mean, Ash able to get the pick on a close, so smokes down for Clanker Clan on that retake. And even though Chop Cheese was able to get 2 picks as they were pushing out, doesn't matter because when Lihu and Swifty were trying to push out, they kind of gave 1s there, and Ash's champion squad ready for it. But looks like once again going B.
Ooh, my gosh. Aggressive up, but Arya is more aggressive, and maybe Swifty gets one with a shorty, but it doesn't matter. Arya's just so fast, continuing into all that way into the defender side of B. Velda is so cornered, you have to try and get one, and get one you do! Well, that's pretty nice, and Ketsu again on the 1v3, but this time Ketsu has nothing but a classic. I don't see this panning out anyway for Ketsu.
I think Ash asked for Spike from Ethan, that's why I saw that little exchange there, and so ends up getting Ethan killed, but yeah, I mean, okay, so Ketsu spotted here, has a classic, about to get stunned. Yeah.
Wait a second. Oh
okay.
my.
Don't you just love...
Yeah.
Not talking crap about Arya at all. Don't you just love Neon? Like, just how they just... it's so great. Just the sprints and the slides and the dip and dives and everything like that in between. But
yeah, one of my favorite GC players is Luna 1 with the Odin as well on Neon. It's a nightmare to go up against her, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, the worst part too is, I mean, Arya's already 5 out of 8 for the ulti. It's
oh gosh,
it's getting really close. I mean, gets orb, 2 kills, has ult next round. Even if they lose, like it's very, very scary if you're team Clanker Clan here. And once again, Ash Champion Squad, run it down B, and just clear it out. And this time it's just Lihu alone as well for yellow.
And they're bonusing perfect rifles too. This could not go any better. This is, dare I say, a snowball situation. Get it? Because it's Icebox. Okay, Omar is so fast already. Can you find 3? Yes, you can. And now Liu, so fast, trying to find 5. This is a shutout from the defender's side, and Oryx, try as you might, you're staring down the barrel of Velda as well. So that's gonna be a really nice round from the defenders. Maybe stopping the economic momentum, but look at the money that that the attackers still have. Even if they bought so much on the bonus, they still have enough for a few rifles.
Now, Lihu's reaction time there was great. I mean, able to get a sprinting Arya, you know, coming out the yellow and getting rid of them immediately, and then also being able to follow up with 3 back-to-back kills, sorry, to make it a 4K, and putting Lihu at the top there. Fantastic stuff from Lihu, but undeterred, it looks like Ash's Champion Squad say, Stoopy again. At least they get the orb. It looks like they just want to get the orb spot because they're leaving Spike and Spike. Yeah, they're getting orb for Arya because Neon ulti is just so much fun. Love Neon ulti.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I thought Swifty was actually gonna push up, but he was spotted by the turret right there. It's Omar again, a B defender. Can you pull something out of your pocket right now? But Ashcon, oh my gosh! Now it's the call to rotate right now, because look at Oryx lurking up right there. Clockracy is gonna find a timing, but not the kill. Oryx. Now that's the call for everyone to go over towards this A site. Yeah, that's perfect. And especially because how slow the defenders are in getting to this A site. It's going to be a brawl maybe, with 2 players on the site.
Oh, but
Veldot trying to back off, yeah. With the toxic screen as well, but Ashcon has made his way towards the back site, and Ashcon might have just had it, unless Veldot was so slow, but Arya ready with the overdrive. It's starting already, but Ketsu, oh my gosh, shoves the double barrel in their face. And Cursed on the back end, avoiding the wingman.
30 seconds left.
But look at the defenders already turning their attention towards the flank. If you didn't see Reyna with the rest of the team, you can pretty be sure that Cursed is on this path right now. And Cursed, are you going to clear Omar? The rest of the defenders are separated right now, but the time is ticking down. Finds Omar right there. Still has to retrieve the spike. Knife out, Ketsu! Oh my gosh, a stellar performance on this 4th round.
Oh man, that was so close there for the A take. I mean, we saw what initially, I think Chop Cheese got a couple of the kills there for the take, and then all of a sudden Arya able to pop the ulti and get 1 kill. Wasn't able to get any more because Ketsu was like, nah, let me just put a little shorty, get rid of you. And then you saw in the post, but the 1v2, or sorry, not the post, but the 1v2, you know, Curse is able to get 1, knife out, goes down, so super close. But we're all tied at 2-2. That's huge if your team Clanker Clan.
And for once, the money advantage is on the side of Clanker Clan. Look at that. They've got a little cushion going into the next round if they lose this one. I can't imagine that they want to let this one slip by. Look at all this early aggression coming towards B main. most of the defenders have actually rotated out, but the lurk from Oryx, this is crucial. This is crucial, Lubu. This is a lot of information. They don't have to commit to the B site.
Oh no! What's even crazier too is, I think Chalk Cheese took back the alarm bot, so Oryx has a timing here.
But Veldot's gonna re-clear. Veldot is a little bit suspicious right here. And Oryx, all Oryx has to do is tuck, but this is going to be the first angle to clear if you're Veldot. So Veldot, no, Veldot's not ready, Veldot's not ready! And Oryx is! So all of this information, all of this space, the plant goes down and there's nothing to stop it, Lupu!
They smoke the cross.
It's almost over!
Yeah. And this is what we were talking about as a, like an uh-oh, right? If you're Team Clanker Clan here, right? You don't even have, like, the KJ had ult for retake as well. I mean, you still have Lihu with the Thrash as a retake, but look at the positioning for Team Ash Champion Squad. They're not in a spot where Thrash is going to be that huge.
It was all onto Klo to kind of open something on the backside, but with Ashcon ready to resurrect himself, it's still on. Wait a second, Wingman. Oh, the half isn't gotten either way, and with the two attackers on this post plant, ooh, the spike diffuser keeps getting off, and it's Ethan still on a tear. Okay.
4 health.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That could have ended so badly for the attackers, but the positioning was just so strong. They controlled so much of that site before the retake started. And when the retake actually went underway, they kept getting that diffuser off. That was crazy good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one good thing about having the Clove over the Viper, especially with the solo controller, right? Is that if, like, you know, post-plant, if the Clove is dead, you can still put down the smokes. If Viper's dead, nada. And so because of that, I mean, just constant battles, 1v1s. Both teams are absolutely down to take the fight, which is what you love to see as an observer.
Oh, yeah. Wait a second, look at this tucked position. Cursed, Clocracy has to clear this really methodically, but Clocracy sees it! Cursed misses, actually! And Clocracy gets off almost scot-free with this damage, and Swifty just peeks in back when they're not expecting. Ashcon finding an opening on the B site, though. That's at least a little bit of good news for Ash's team. And now, more aggressive fights are being taken. Sleepy Aria in such a good position right now, finds a little bit of info onto Clocracy, but with Thrash coming through, Ashcon caught by this detain, and with the fast lane to protect, is Aria taking matters into their own hands to defend and serve. It's so good! And now Veldot feeling the pressure right there, a couple of missed shots, one too many, and Ethan just cleans it straight up.
I love Neon so much.
I
love Neon so much. No, yeah, I mean that's just so unfortunate for Team Clanker Clan, because you got the pick early mid. I'm shocked that you didn't see them try to take the you know, the I think it was a Vandal off of the body for Cursed too, especially after they got the pick there from Swifty able to get 2. They didn't pick up the gun, so that retake was a little bit scarier there, despite the fact that Lihu was able to detain, I believe it was Ashcon, right, with the Thresh, but unable to capitalize because, you know, Aria and Neon slide to, you know, a hero slide there to get him.
Oh no, Cursed just gets a free kill right there. Ketsu can't forget about that turret, and as Omar is blinded, actually Cursed slips through, but look at where the rest of the positions are. There's so much space, and oh my gosh, 2 ults from the defenders caught out, pulled out. It's so devastating to see that go to the wayside. Yeah.
Clo just dropped. I think they heard.
Yeah, they definitely are trying to clear this out if they didn't hear it.
Oh,
Cursed. Yeah, you see the kind of movement that Ash's team is pulling out right now? They're feeling themselves. They're so happy with how they've done.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, time and time again, we're seeing what from Ash's Champion Squad, right? It's quick takes, and then especially to post plant, love to take the space so that, you know, they're not afraid to take the fight post plant, right? So you see the Aria taking space, you see Ash taking space too, as well, because of the 5 members, right? They're the 2 that, you know, if you're gonna die first, it's probably between the 2 of them, just for that post plant, able to take that space. But I mean, once again, Aria just showing why Neon is such an annoying pick to go up against. Such an annoying pick.
Oh, Prestige
Ooh,
still
love that
trying to
combo.
get those early picks, and it does work out. Omar, wait, maybe Arya's getting ahead of themselves right here because Omar just had a free kill. And look at all of this space being denied, and especially the jet inserted into A lobby. Is it possible that Ketsu doesn't understand where Oryx is, or maybe it's the other way around? So now we see so much misinfo, misdirection. Oryx is trying to get an eye onto A's site, but it looks like a rotation is being pulled over. Yeah, they definitely know. Ketsu is aware, and Lihu, that Dizzy might not have worked out, but it's okay. Ethan is still stymied by this poison orb. So what's gonna happen right now? Ketsu, you're not aware of this. You're not aware of Oryx right here, and Oryx just finds it. 2v4 now, maybe a little bit more breathing room, and Ethan still has control of this spike, so it's all a scramble towards the A site, Lubu.
Yeah, but look at Swifty. Swifty's holding the mid, so Ethan can't cross it safely. Yeah, and there you go.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Crispy and
Ashcon have. I think Ashcon didn't have smoke ready, so a little bit of
maybe not
miscommunication
far
there.
enough?
No, nothing was
we
far
do
enough.
see
It's
it.
just,
Yeah,
I
we
think
do
it
see
wasn't. Yeah, I just think it wasn't ready or off cooldown just yet. But yeah, now it's a 1v4.
No time.
Yeah,
This is
Viper's
just a go for
pushing.
exit.
Oryx isn't turning around.
Look at
Oryx
clock.
turned around.
See, wait a second. No.
Powers out.
Oh man.
Okay, well they still win the round. They still win the round.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But a little bit of a payback there for Oryx. Oh wait, Oryx might still. No, okay.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say. There were just so many like the mind games right there, or maybe mishaps.
Yeah, it was going to be dicey either way, even if Ethan had made that cross there, because you already saw the early rotations were coming out to retake A from Team Clanker Clan. So regardless, I probably wasn't going to go as well as that they would have hoped, just because it's pretty readable at some point for, you know, if your only defender on the A goes down, if your Team Clanker Clan's like, okay, guys, we got to rotate over, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, either way, though, I mean, this is a much closer game than already map 1, so... See how this plans out here.
Yeah, Veldot taking more of an aggressive fight as that turret is, I think, positioned on A site here. So that mid, they're going to be locked into mid and not contested as of now. So now Ketsu gets a little bit more information as to where these attackers are going. Arya, oh, I'm going to see some crazy pathing coming out. Relay bolts already present, and Omar just barreled down by Ashcon. But wait, Ketsu is missed. It doesn't matter at least because Arya's just so sharp.
Spike planted.
But wow. They wanted to put that fight up first, and it just didn't work out, the defenders.
Oh, Swifty's getting hunted down.
Hi, Arya. No.
Here comes
The dogs. The dogs have been released. The hounds.
You got one shot. You got one chance to kill the Neon. If you don't, Neon's coming after you. That's usually how it is. But yeah, no. So for Team Clanker Clan, the important thing there. Oh man, I'm so sad because Ketsu opted to save full save and only had the sheriff. I think the plan was had they won the round, we would have seen Ketsu opt for the op, which would have been really good, right? Because the one thing I think that especially if you're Clanker Clan, right, in terms of how you can like really solidify the lead is getting that op, because from Team S Champion Squad, it's Rain and Flash and that's it. And especially deal with the Neon, right? Like all you have is just, you could just opt for the op, but not to be.
Chloe, I think, actually moved her crosshair off of Cursed's head. That could have actually been a really nice pick.
Oh,
Veldot is so pressured. At least you've taken care of the Reyna for a little bit with that smoke. But oh my gosh, they've let Veldot through. It's a 2v3, 1v3 now, and yeah, it's over. I thought there was a little bit more fighting chance, but yeah, it has to be disappointing to have it go out like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Neon thing, right? Where it's like, oh, that's a great pick, though. Wait.
Omar understands where Cursed is right now. It could be possible if Omar just keeps pressing and gets all of it in time. Wait a second. What's happening? Oryx only has 30 HP, suddenly left on an island right here to defend the spike plant.
Lee's gonna wingman and then just hold it. You
Wait's caught in the own mosh, and there's none of that. And Lihu, 5 bullets. I don't think it's possible. Yes, it is.
No,
It's
no,
already
no,
over.
no,
Never mind.
no,
never
no,
mind,
no,
never mind.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice try from Lihu. Nice try from Lihu. But yeah, these are really, really close. Really, really close rounds there. But I mean, so the one crazy thing, like we were talking about, right, is the fact that even though that it seems that for Team Clanker Clan, they're able to get a lot of timings down, right? Like Chop Cheese, I think twice now, has been able to, because of the position, because of the lurk, anchor, what have you, is able to get a lot of timing kills. The only downside is that the one person that they allow pass, the Neon, is the one person that absolutely will kill you if you actually, you know, try to punish them.
You shouldn't let that through.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's just the thing where it's like, yeah, you're able to get the 2 picks, but the Neon's just there behind you in 2 seconds. And so because of that, doesn't end up going
so
how you
good
want.
with the pathing too. Oh my gosh. Who is that? Neo Cursed, just so evasive as well, and it's all going Ashcon's way. Twiddling his thumbs in the smoke, just so happy with what's going on the B site. Ashcon with a third, and it's all down to Chloe, who's not really having the greatest of games. Wait a second. It's possible. There's one first, and with a rifle retrieve, this is actually really, really nice. Yeah, but it looks like there's too much stall. The time is ticking down. Chloe can only hope for exit frags, and now being punished from all sides. This is not happening. This is not real. Cursed, how do you keep evading those shots? Like, you saw Cursed do that when they were going into the site, and then on the exit of the round. Like, that's some kind of movement I don't have. That's always good to see.
The worst part here is you look at the ultis that both teams have, and you realize there's a start. You got to be scared if your team Clank, because you got to deal with Neon ult, KJ ult, and so ult. And Reyna ult, it's an afterthought, and Reyna ult's really good, right? It's an afterthought here. You have 3 impactful ults, and then if your team Clank Clan, Viper ult's basically useless here. Because like you can't ult off it because you have to deal with KJ ult and Sova ult and Neon ult, so it's just not great. So it's purely for retake. You can Lee's able to get a kit. Yeah, able to get 1 pick there, but
wait a second, Chloe moving through. They don't.
They're gonna pop KJ ult here for I guess.
Or maybe a. Yeah, it's definitely saving it for post. But Curse, it's so aggressive already, and Omar just has that aura about him. Oh my gosh.
Ethan should just ult here to okay. Okay, so they're gonna go for so Ethan's opting to go for some ult purely post plant. Okay, and then so the one thing, right, is that close to his Viper ult here too, and so you're gonna have to invest Neon ult to just like clear out the Viper ult. I don't know if I mean, if anyone's gonna do it's Arya, but I don't know if it's gonna go.
Counter Thrash coming out to defend the retake.
No Viper ult.
But it's not okay. But Chloe has something to say about it, actually. Chloe coming alive in this last round of the half. That's exactly what we want to see from Clanker Clan. Get that air in your lungs, because it's about to be a long game.
I got so scared there because Chloe didn't opt to go for the Viper ult on site instead. Nah, ego. Let me just swing, get 2, almost get 3 too. So that's really, really good for Team Clanker Clan. But it's kind of interesting because you see where the wins and the losses came out for those rounds. It's so back and forth where it seems, you know, for Ash Champion Squad, they get 3 rounds in a row and then all of a sudden, you know, they give a round over to Clanker Clan. So we'll see what the at the swap here for Clanker Clan, you know. If they can get the spike down, post plants should be relatively safe for them, right? Only thing you got to deal with, the biggest issue you got to deal with is the Neon. Get rid of Neon and the rest of it will fall into place. Post plant should be pretty much an easy breeze here. So find the Neon, get rid of the Neon, and then everything just should come together.
Oh yeah. Build up. Already found on mid. I guess that's a standard Sentinel thing to do. Clear out the other Sentinel's util, but it's not going to be utilized.
Look how fast Neon's rotating too, though. Oh my god.
Yeah, Cursed is so fast on the flank as well. So can Arya make a difference from this soon?
They killed Wingman.
Oh my.
So that's a delay.
I guess. Damn. Holy shit.
And because of that, Viper Wall's down, so if there's a time to peak, if your team, Ash Champion Squad,
it's right now, and Ethan is making such good use of it, too. Ashcon and Ethan giving us a feast to chomp on. It's looking like a wash. And it's not happening. Okay. No.
Okay, I'm curious what happened there. I think if I'm correct, I think Lihu's wingman was not going for default, and because of that, it was out in the open, which allowed
them to, yeah.
to shoot it through even through the smoke. Doesn't matter. So, and because of that, like it's either that or it was a KJ Molly. One of the two. Point being though is that that delay is huge, right? Because now all of a sudden when they go for the spike, Viper Wall goes down. They're out in the open.
Timing.
Exactly, and so yeah, it just ends up not going great there for Team Clanker Clan. A little bit of a misplay, but yeah, so we'll see. Arya's got the outlaw too.
On the best place to have it. I like this position. For some reason, on Chamber, whenever I go for it, they pre-fire it. It's as if they know to clear it. But I know, like, when you're playing against a Jet, when you're playing against, like, a vertical character like that, you're going to expect it. But I doubt you would expect it if a Neon was up there. But maybe Arya can show us another time, because it's going down on the B side currently. Util being thrown, Plant not being able to deny, but Oryx on a tear right now. Omar has to claw something back with the Bulldog. It's impossible, especially with that low capacity. And now it's a 10th round.
I hate Neon. No, did you see what happened? Neon slid, no scoped with the outlaw and got the kill. It was a no scope slide.
I wasn't focused on that, but I believe you, man. I believe you.
Who was Danger? Danger got
obliterated.
Okay, that is great. I love Neon slide with it. Okay, I hope either way, either was a slide with no scope or a slide with the scope. Either way, that's crazy. On a Neon, doesn't matter because that is wild for that flick for Arya. But yeah, because of that too, his cap is getting so much bigger to where now it's 10-4. Your Clanker Clan, you're opting for the full buy, but 2 of the members can only get regen shields, which means that outlaw is going to be able to one-shot 2 members if they get the pick here. And look at Arya. Ooh, missed the first shot. Still got 1. Gonna go for the reload.
Oh, that's a good pick to find.
Spiked out for a moment, yeah, but they pick it up. Clo's lurking on B here, but I mean, KJ set up here. Oryx hasn't rotated yet.
Yeah, Oryx is so aware of this possibility, especially because Clo has done a lot of aggressive things down extremities for the past few rounds. Oh no, but Oryx just turns away at the wrong time. Clo might have had a challenge, but it's all for naught. Look at how scrambled this rotation is now from the defender's side. Maybe Arya can drive a wedge through things, but look, Clo has an advantage again, and Clo is taking mad space. Look at it. It's over for the defense, I think, on this round at least, because so much control has been had by the attackers, unless something terrible opens up. And as I say that, Ashcon breaks through in the flank, and now the attackers have to push through to the backside to make sure that their attention is all but focused on this flank, and there it is. Ketsu puts an end to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? It's that post plan. If you're Clanker Clan, you should be super comfortable. You have so much stall to where, yeah, that spike should not be able to get diffused. But yeah, so if your team Ash's champion squad now, I mean, you're in a really, really comfortable spot. Obviously, this round, like, you're on a weird buy. You can see the Ashcon here with the Bucky. Arya's on the Guardian and whatnot. I think, though, they've been continuously opting to stack all the members towards the A, leaving Oryx alone for the B. So you got to worry about the fact that these rotations.
Cursed had a few opportunities to stop the flow of attackers, and wait a second, Ashcon! I thought you could have gotten away with another, based on how labored that spray was from Omar. Ashcon gets another chance too, and Ashcon makes it work so beautifully. 2v2. Oh my gosh, Lubu, we are in for a treat. Now Oryx is trying to slowly re-clear, or at least have some control over the game. Ethan, you might have just spotted Ketsu on the fadeaway.
Definitely
and now
did.
Ethan's on the angle, but Ketsu might have a chance. Ooh, that aim is perfect right there, and Ketsu and Clo combine to get a 6th round. It's all looking beautiful, despite how tough Ashcon was to clear.
Yeah, so that's great. So Ashcon in the smoke with the Bucky gets the first pick. That's, to be expected. And then afterwards dies. but then has the the understanding that when you pop the ulti and when Gecko ults, you can't run away because Thrash is coming after you. What's the best bet? Go at them because Gecko's got to, you know, throw the Thrash, which jumps by default, so it's a little bit of a hard take, and then not only gets Gecko, also gets, I think it was Cheese? Or sorry, yeah, I think it was Cheese as well, so it gets a double kill. I think it's 3 kills. That was so close.
My God.
Oh,
hey, there it is.
There we go, this punishment.
Exactly what we want to see, opening up the lines, and look at how far Ethan has pushed, and he is going to get punished by Omar, at least. But 3v4, I don't know. Arya with the Marshall Blight, I haven't seen this in so long. And Ulrich's already finding one. That's important to have an Arya ready with the relay bolt with the classic as well. So much damage from the turret right there. Oh my gosh. What am I watching? 1v1 now. It's Arya to try to recover, but at least Omar is the one constant. He is so sharp this game. 20-12.
Arya's a bully because she's,
oh my gosh.
Cheese is under 2. Arya stuns it, and so Cheese is like, okay, Neon's pushing me, and then gets, I think, around 80 damage worth of a KJ turret to their face.
Yeah.
So she's just slowly dying. They can't break it because you're stunned, so it's like, I can't break it in time. That's so, Neon's just such a bully. Yeah, Neon's just such a bully. I think the worst part, too, like, Arya has ulti. And Ethan has ulti, too, for post plant, too, so this is going to be... I can't imagine Arya's not just going to be like, all right, let me just run it out. And
that was an amazing save round to have. High key.
Ashkan sees the contact. Yeah.
So ready for this. Yeah, and look at all these rotations being pulled. There's no mid flank or aggression. It's just Ethan's Hunter's Fury.
Oh my God.
Uncontested as well. Ethan was so comfortable just throwing that with no mid knowledge. And oh my gosh, Oryx on the reswing finds Swifty, but it's 3v3. Collections incoming. And now Ethan has to clear this out. There's a recon and the
Viper doesn't cover the spike.
This is, yeah, it's able to be found. Look at that scan, and I'm sure that the defenders are willing to push through this. It's looking peachy, and Clanker on the edge though.
Yeah,
Sleepy Arya just bounds in and finds her on the fadeaway, and 1v1 left at as the dust settles, as the smoke settles. There's no post plant ready, and it's just the oh my God, it's just the smoke. Veldot, you don't know if Cursed is on, but Cursed has gotten off. Wait, this could be the worst thing to happen, but it's luckily so close. 0.73, Cursed finds it. I was so nervous, I didn't know what to call, Lubu. It could have gone either way based on how the micro was panning out.
Yeah, I mean, that was so close. Viper ult, unfortunately, doesn't cover the spike, and so because of that, you know, it's a little bit... You don't have to worry about them standing on the spike if you're team Ash's champion squad. And then Arya going through, not only, like, stunning Chloe, gets rid of Viper ulti, and then in the 1v1 post plant, all of a sudden, it's a really, really tough spot for Cheese, because you only have 3 bullets left in your Vandal. You can't really afford to reload. Get that understanding there, too, so... Really, really close round.
Yeah, I am so interested in seeing how this mid lurk happens, and Chloe Chrissy. I don't think Ethan is aware of the possibility that Chloe could be in 2, but I don't think Chloe is aware that Ethan could be past her.
Chloe is behind enemy lines right now. Oh my God. But yeah, Chloe has to turn around. If Chloe turns around, oh, okay, well.
Oh, there it is. Free kill right there, but that at least lets Ashkan know that there's something afoot in mid. Ashkan hasn't been cleared out. Chloe knows. Chloe knows. Yeah. There it is. There's the fight coming out. Fortunately, as this goes on, the retake and the post plant start heating up. There it is. 2 defenders still left right there. Veldot, it's gonna work out. Pushes Ketsu out of the sight, but it's still the retake that Ashkan has to finish. So Ketsu looping around, probably just gonna peek into the smoke right now, but Ashkan is so aware, it doesn't matter. Ketsu's right click, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that was so close. Ketsu able to understand that, like, yeah, that KJ ulti's going off, whether we want to push that or not. So, you know, opts to just go outside of the lockdown, which is the right call, right? Because, you know, either way, even if Oryx is able to get the pick, like, Oryx is going to get detained, and then we'll get traded out. So, or sorry, not Oryx, Chop Cheese would get traded out. So yeah, great wherewithal and knowledge there from Ketsu to play the 1v1. And all of a sudden now 8-11, this is a really, this could go either way now because Nash Champion Squad's on the save.
Oh yeah, look at the early mid aggression. I'm sure that the rest of Clanker Clan can hear this coming out. Oh no, Ashcon with the Bucky again, are you kidding me? He just keeps getting away with it, and now again ready for more.
He's
Gonna swing in.
Okay.
At least Swifty can stop it from happening. But yeah, look at this overdrive coming in. Yeah, finding Veldot, and Cursed comes to assist as well. It was an eco. It was an eco for crying out loud.
Match
Yeah,
point.
except the killer of ecos is Neon Overdrive. And that just gets rid of all your plans if you're on the attacking side. But yeah, I don't know how Ash is able to get away with all these kills in the smoke with the Bucky. I feel like if you're Clanker Clan, at some point you gotta realize there's a smoke there. Or they're on a save, what's Clove gonna do, right? Like Bucky, sit in the smoke. They've done it, I think, 3 times now. So
yeah,
and especially too, if you're Clanker Clan, you have so much post plant util. You also have a lot of entry denial util, right? So you can just opt to throw a molly there and delay.
Or like a wingman at least.
Something like that, yeah. So
yeah,
I think it's a little bit of a misplay there, but I mean, hey, they're still able to get 3.
Wait a second. Ashcon on the flank has found Omar, trying to go for more, but it's not gonna happen on account of Swifty's deagle. So now Arya, ready for a mid peek, gets so much info and actually stalls the attackers from making any further progress, especially with Cursed coming in on the flank as well. This is absolutely a positional disaster for the attacker side. Clanker Clan maybe able to dig themselves out. Oh my gosh. So many missed opportunities. Oryx finds one, and now it's all of a sudden a 3v2. Chloe has to find something right here in mid, but Arya doesn't want to give her anything. So, no, wait, Ethan's on the flank now.
Enemy remaining.
It's flank after flank. Look at this wrap coming in towards the mid space.
Spotted.
Wait, I think Swifty's cape. That was cape.
Yeah,
That was the cape, right?
Yep, absolutely. They know exactly where Swifty is.
So
he just doesn't
Swifty,
realize.
They understand that Swifty could have made it through.
Really
Yeah,
know.
now they know. And Arya just wants to take this. Look at her leg muscles twitching. They're so
Neon's
eager to
high.
fight
Neon's
into
high.
it. Yeah, it is GG's. What a convincing defense half from the side of Ash's champions.
Really tricky because again, I'm saying like, hey, pick this agent. But if you don't play the agent, obviously they're not going to pick someone that they're not comfortable on, right? So you want to make sure that it's something that like not only are you comfortable, it's also pretty adaptable to deal with. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, we're just saying that there were some technical difficulties, so got to say that again. But sorry,
okay,
just to reiterate, Neon, right? To deal with the Neon, just get a judge close. You basically play like Neon, right? Get a judge close, deal with the fact that the Neon's going to come out and swing out. You got to deal with that. Or you get the op shot early on to get an op. But, op is really situational here, right? Because you got to get that lead to even be able to afford the op and then get that going. If you don't
also
have that
confident.
lead, yeah. And
Also be
especially
confident enough
too.
with your util. Yeah, like you gotta deny their early like util. Have somebody with the operator to kind of break the util for the angle. Like I hate on chamber when I'm like, hey, can you help break my eye? And then my teammates just don't do it, and then I just die outright. And I'm like, okay, so I just took that early angle for nothing. Thanks. So like when you're playing against that Neon, you gotta be really intentional and have all of your teammates ready to support that endeavor. Because if a single piece of util isn't thrown there to kind of deny space or like mess up the attacking team's flow or Neon's flow, you're just not profiting at all.
Yeah, and what's scary too, though, if you're team Clanker Clan, right? I'm thinking of like what's like probably the dreams like team comp for Asher's Champion Squad, right? So we already know the Neon, Raze, Fade are probably my go-to like next 2 picks because it's like common strat, right? For Lotus is you lock down that A rubble and you take space A rubble if you're a defense. How do you do that? You Fade pin and Raze nade to make sure that the attackers can't get out, on there. On top of that, too, for the smokes, you could opt to go Omen so that same strat doesn't work on your team when it's your turn to do attack, because then you have Omen TP to Rubble, you have Neon that could just slide out of the pin and the nade before it even lands. Stuff like that to where, all these things just become really annoying to deal with as a defender. So you just have to think of a comp that can deal with that. And really, it's going to come down to, I think, if you could actually offer like an almost 3 flash comp, something like that, or like stun comp, get a breach going, right? Get a breach, maybe double initiator, breach fade. Just lock down the neon.
Displacement.
Absolutely. Something like that, right? To where you have breach ult to push the neon off site. You have the fade ult as well, just to get the info. You throw it at chamber so that you can op and slow, like just really, really slow pin heavy util to where that neon does. But I say that, and that's just one agent. I'm not even talking about the other 4 agents that, Ashes Champion Squad can come out with. So it's tricky. We'll see though. And I think we're ready for agent select as a matter of fact too. So
yep.
We'll hop into that. But yeah, it's gonna be. I am gonna be really nervous if I'm Clanker Clan. I'm like, okay, how do we deal with the neon? Which is, I get, because either Arya picks neon here, or maybe not Arya, but like the other. I don't know who's gonna be playing duelist, but I would have to imagine it's like Raze, Jet, Waylay. Even Yoru would be annoying too, man. Yoru would be so annoying too, because then he's early TP, rotate, and stuff like that.
I will have to say I don't.
Okay. Well, oh my god.
Yeah, there it is. Standard setup from
that's so annoying.
Champions right now. Yeah, like Fade Breach. It's the best way to fight A main. It's just so powerful. And then Vice just locks down C solo, and then you have Omen in Broken Door.
Okay. I was about to say, so if Cursed had gone with the fade, that would have been really, really snowbally for them, to where if they start winning, they're not going to lose the lead. Going for the Euro instead, there is, or as I say, if he had locked in the fade, I mean, he still has time. There is one negative to their team comp, which is if Neon dies, they can't get on the site really safely, because then Oryx is the only one that can really get on the site to match that tempo, right? So you get rid of the Neon early, that comp is not. There's no follow up, right? So that's the one negative to Ashes Champion Squad's comp. On the other side, though, Clanker Clan, we have Ketsu hovering the neon. I hope Swifty doesn't lock in the Cypher, because I was gonna say that's gonna be not fun to deal with if you're to deal with like just the amount of stun util that Team Ashes Champion Squad can provide. But going for the Vise, that kind of makes sense. I'm not surprised by that. Okay, going back to the Cypher. Okay, locking in the Cypher. Okay, so the one good thing about Cypher here, right, is the fact that for Ashes Champion Squad, they don't have a real solid way to break the trip. If Swifty puts the trips low enough, and I mean like feet level, not like ankle level, feet level, right? Then Fade Dogs don't hit the trip. Neon can get hit by the trip, and then Neon is kind of screwed. The only downside is that, well, we've seen how Arya plays. They like to jump a lot because it's Neon.
I was just about to say,
doesn't. So that's the one thing. But hey, with was it Clanker Clan, we do see the fade raise, right? So we do see that they're gonna get util, and rightly so. You see the pre-round setup, they're gonna go do the combo. But if I'm Ashes Champion Squad, I know that. You see fade raise, where are they gonna play? You know it's A. You already know it's A. You don't need to go A, you can just ignore it, which is what they're doing. They're only having the Vise there just to get the info, instead they're gonna go for C. So Swifty is gonna get hit here with the just an absurd amount of util here. And he's gonna get the early info, but he doesn't even need off the cap. Oh wait, no, they're gonna go B.
Yeah, they know that it might be the weak side, and you see already Arya has information on where Veldot is, and they're not even committing. They don't have to commit at all.
Yeah.
That is really devious from the side of ACS. Look at this coming through. It's just a trip to defend. Maybe Swifty can have time to throw out a Cyber Cage, but Arya already finds it. Look at that. Spotted already. Paranoia is good. And now Arya has to chase like an attack dog. But first take care of Ketsu, because Ketsu is so good at doing that. 2 kills already. Swifty has to hold the fort, and Swifty can't. It's another right there. Ashcon still alive, still kicking.
There's no way.
But barely. Look at that, 10 HP. Clockracy. Ashcon has to clear this so diligently, but it's not going to happen. Clockracy. What a perfect position to take right there.
Yeah, it started off really scary, right? Because the Cypher trip was in speaking plainly, probably one of the worst spots you could put the Cypher trip, because they don't even need a peak to break that trip. So there's actually a couple of Cypher trips you can put on for the sea that are like super low, right? Like on the water level to where that no longer becomes an issue. I don't know if Swifty knows that though. But yeah, and we also saw in the, off of the beginning too, Arya taking space on that B to get the info. Where's the Cypher trip? Right, where's the Cypher trip set up? And you know now that there's one B, and it's just on the B main.
Yeah, there can't be a kill trip on C. And frankly, I don't think that you should be putting anything but kill trips on C if you're going to be holed up in C yourself. Like, yeah, maybe if the Cypher wants to rotate and then you get an info trip down there. But like, if Cypher is solo holding C so committed and so deep in bend, you're definitely going to put a kill trip down, because info trips, like, you can hear them coming. You can hear them prepare. Just calm to your team, like... Is that the right one? What's
No, he's got the right idea. There's one, if we can have the observer actually. Okay, that's actually not bad.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's not bad. There's there we go. That's a good trip. Yeah. That second trip, the one on the corner, that one's really good. The only issue there with these two trips, right? It's like I'm talking about. Neon likes to jump, so Neon jumps. Then, more importantly too, the scary thing you have to be aware of too, if you're the Cypher, is that it's not just the Neon that can get on the site really quick, right? Technically, the Omen can like TP up onto the box. Yeah. And so that's something that you got to be really aware of for this round, though. Bend. Yeah, or a close bend, something like that. But I do think the setup's gonna be a lot better this time around. Only issue though is the fact that now, because you're opting for these two trips on the C, the B is wide open. You have all the Cypher util for the C, and we have a tech pause right now, but I don't know if we're gonna have someone play the B, but the B is wide open, which is kind of scary for that. And on top of that too, it looks like Cheese is opting to play on the C for the start. So
yeah, where else
we'll
would
see how that
Bella
goes.
play? Like Broken Door, you don't have a paranoia to throw. Like it's not like an advantageous position to be on B either.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just a retake B situation throughout, unless they want to switch things up and put Cypher on A or something. I don't know, but I feel like with this composition, it's like so restrictive where Cypher can be that the other like pieces just have to be where they are.
Yeah, so there's actually a cool Cypher one way that I think. I think we can try to get Zebra to show. Zebra right below you, you can look straight down. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, there's a cage right there that you can toss. You stand on the box, exactly. You stand on the box, you look up towards, there's a certain spot, toss it, lands on top of that. Point being is that if you're water,
backside.
Yeah, if you're water / the pillar, or actually it's more towards the water, when that cage activates, you can see the feet of the attackers coming out. Your body doesn't get shown, so it's a one way. Yep. Right, it's effectively a one-way on that side, and that's really, really good. Especially with this team comp that Champions has gone for, it actually will work out really, really well, because you're playing water. So if the Omen TPs to the box, on top of the box, you're covered from that angle. The one way is going to be able to make it so that if the Neon comes out, you should be able to get a couple of wallbang headshots and whatnot. And you can even opt to have one more team member play that bend and in that rear area to where, as they're coming out, you have a crossfire going. So that's a really, really good setup. And again, the one negative for Ash's Champion Squad, what they're opting for, they don't really have utility that can break stuff outside of the breach aftershock. That's it. Like, and that's not gonna. I mean, you don't want to invest that in breaking a Cypher trip. If you do, that's a really sad piece of utility you're wasting for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so powerful for denying post plan or plant.
Exactly.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one thing. But I think a thing that we're starting to see from Ash's Champion Squad early on, they're kind of showing their hand. And if you're Team Clanker Clan and you just press tab, you can kind of already see they're giving Ash the orbs. I think their plan is like just early on, they're just trying to give Ash time to farm orbs on A and C. Doesn't really matter. I mean, ideally both, right? But having the breach ulti just immediate, because Ahri's gonna get theirs, right? Ahri's gonna get their kill irregardless, because Neon's just such a fun and fair and just highly skilled agent, definitely. Mm-hmm. So because of that, get those early kills and stuff like that. You're gonna have nothing scarier than breach ult into Neon ult if you're on the defender side, where it's like, okay, if I get stunned, I'm definitely getting run down like I'm just a bat out of hell. But yeah, either way, Yeah, it'll be interesting. Also, for anyone wondering for why the tech pause is taking so long, I believe Oryx's ping just shot up to the moon.
Hey,
so okay, there we go. So yeah, we're getting that sorted out, and it looks like
Hopefully.
we'll see if we'll see if the ping's stable before we get back into it. But yeah, so what's also scary though, I'm just noticing this now for Clanker Clan. You got 2 stingers, right? You got Ketsu the stinger, Lee with the stinger. Not saying the stinger, you know, it's your force. I get it. It's just if the neon is running and sliding, I don't know if you want to opt for a low magazine stinger over like the Spectre, because at least then you can spray a little bit more and confirm that, or even just get a judge. If I'm Ketsu, I just get a judge. You know they're on a save, or at the worst, you know, they have like sheriffs, maybe a Bucky, something like that, right? So, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, okay, so we're good. Tech pause is gonna come off here in about real soon, so should be starting away momentarily. Oh, there we go.
There we go. I'm interested where this Bucky's going to be put into play. As you see, Velda already taking an aggressive position.
That is
I think
scary.
This is a prime, and there's not even like a rendezvous or anything. So if Velda just decide to hold the ground right there, that's definitely like Arya's way to play. And Arya has already gotten past this, but the misses. The misses come out, and it doesn't work right there. Lilac, however, able to do something with at least a wallbang on a Swifty. It's working out beautifully for the attackers, but they still have to clear out Omar, and they do. Cursed finding Fade's counterpart, but it's all over because Velda and Ketsu are on the case.
Okay. That was pretty smart from Chop Cheese in hindsight, where you're running out the mound to bait out the attackers to chase after you, because why is the Clove peeking? It's the Clove. Yeah. You want to kill the Clove, that's the smokes, right? And then baiting them into the trips. My downside is that, like I was talking about, Arya jumps, and so didn't even hit any of the trips. And that's not even on a knock on Swifty, right? Because it's like, you have to put them low. You have to make it so that the Fade Dog doesn't get it. That trip will hit the Fade Dog. So that is a little bit of an issue there. But oh yeah, and like I was talking about too before, right? Yeah, 2 trips on the C means the B is open. And you can hear they're trying to get the info.
Yeah, look, you have to put Veldot and the Raze player on this B site, and now Veldot has a way into taking that line. But look at Arya being inserted. If the defender side decides to re-clear, this is going to be real nasty, and maybe Arya wants to take the fight to them. Itching for it. I'm itching for that fight right there. Clanker say he looks at that and dies. Look at Arya so fast on the re-clear. And now Ketsu has to stand up to the test, and they are fixing 2 to the ground. But that's not enough right now, as 2 defenders make that 1, because Veldot, in an act of desperation, has let that semi I guess like an okay disadvantage go, and this has made it so much worse. Look at where Swifty has to drop down, and maybe the rest of the attackers are aware, but that shot could have given it away, and it did.
Yeah, really impactful stuff from Arya there, right? Able to get the pick on the Clockeracy and the B. With first the judge, and then cleaned it up with the right click on the classic, and then as well, despite the heroic efforts of Ketsu with the Guardian, able to get a couple of 1-taps with the Guardian. I mean, was low, judge comes out, judge is gonna kill, right? So good stuff there from Arya, and also showing why, you know, we hate Neon. It's because it's just so powerful with just the quick takes and the rotations, the stuns, everything.
No. Watch this Odin move. Luna 1 Odin.
Ketsu is bold for pushing that. Oh my.
I mean, Ketsu saw the bullets going high, and I think Arya had the right idea, but if I think of a Neon on Lotus, I'm thinking of Luna instead of Arya. I'm so sorry. And maybe that might have made the difference, but look at this Odin. It's still powerful in Arya's hands. And this info trip being broken right there, and then Swifty has... Yeah, Swifty wants nothing to do with this. Maybe a spray through. Oh, actually got seized.
They can't see it. They can't see it.
Yeah, the center isn't out of the smoke, so thank God for Swifty still being alive. I guess you got to thank your lucky stars. But as they move in for the retake,
Okay.
Swifty stays alive and is able to get one onto Oryx, but it's Clanker hearing the roar of the Odin and ready to respond. Wait a second, with the showstopper. It's not the showstopper claiming Arya, but Arya in that time, in that delay, has taken 2 with the Odin, and now the post play is so good for Ashcon and co. Look at Clanker trying to claw everything back, but it's not enough. Cursed, all of that mound presence was just too strong.
Yep, that post plant like util, right, that we see for Team Ashes Champion Squad. I mean, it's so good. You have Aftershock, you have Fade Haunt just to get the info. You have so many stuns, you have pins, you have all this stuff. For Team Clanker, Clanker Squad, you have to go quick for the retake, right? You can't. And I understand it's hard because you got to clear all the corners and stuff like that. I'm not saying otherwise, but it's so hard. You have to retake quick because you can't give them enough time to set up for the mound and whatnot. So you basically just have to like turn your brain off, clear everything, and go. But yeah, now all of a sudden, because of how powerful, how powerful the C take is, now they can go A. Now they can just go A.
Yeah, but look at how far behind Clanker Clan is. I mean, as soon as you didn't see anybody mound or like thrown a little bit of util towards C main, you definitely have to start the rotate. And now being late, you've gotten Arya into a great position right here with the Odin. There we go. Oh, Overdrive does go through and does claim 1, but Arya is a little bit faster on the take.
Nice.
Wait a second, Omar has something to say about this entire situation. It's a 2v1 suddenly for the defenders. Rifles retrieved. Light machine guns, I must add. And it's Lilac here. This is the only bastion for this attacker post plant. It's not going to work out the way that they wanted to.
Yeah, great. I mean, that was off of Lee who getting 2 1-deeks, right, with the Sheriff. Able to get 2 headshot kills. That's absolutely massive. It's what saved the round there for Team Clanker. And so the scary thing, though, is you look at the ultis available. Ashes Champion Squad has all 5. So if I'm Clanker Clan, where are they going to go? They're going to go C because they got Neon ult. That's just a bevy of stuff that they can use. And yeah, rightfully... So
I don't know if Swifty is.
They're not going to see.
Cypher here.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit scary for. They have to know this is C.
Yeah, Chloe is playing ahead of this too, and I guess Chloe is trying so hard with this, but the cage drops at the worst time. It's an attacker, 2 kills. And the defense has little response, actually. It's Veldot to come out with the resurrection, but wait a second. Arya goes down for the count, and Veldot gets to keep his head. So 3v3 now. This might have been contentious. Or, I mean, this might have been really dicey if not for all these kills coming out from the hero play in B main.
Lihu, I think, should have heard that TP being... Yeah, okay, definitely hears Oryx now, and Cypher ulti as well, gonna give away all the locations too, so that's huge. The one scary thing is that only Oryx's ulti happened. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Alex is gonna use the buys.
Steel Guardian coming out, and does push the defenders off for a few seconds at least.
Uh-oh.
Swifty has the Odin. Wait a second. If Swifty wants to spam this box, this would be nice, but the Rolling Thunder does stop the defender from moving in so quickly. Lihu, Omar goes down for the count, and it's all a slaughter on the A site. Yeah. Veldot so desperate after saving the team's advantage in the first part of the round, has to try and save their team again, and it's not possible this time around.
Yeah, like that, and that's the scary thing, right? They got rid of 2 members of Ashes Champion Squad early on, which is like, that's huge, right? The downside is that no ults were committed from Ashes Champion Squad, right? So that's where it's like, oh, okay, they still have the most impactful ults available to them, to where they can just rotate and then they have post plan again. So, but I mean, hey, 3 through so far, so both teams put up a really good fight here.
Oh, Ketsu avoids the relay bolt, but is scanned out. Their relay bolt doesn't go as close as they would have wanted it to because Oryx is still alive and kicking. 4v5 right now, and that's not the way you wanted to start out this round with Ketsu diving so far into A control, and now Arya just has a playground on B. Veldot trying to claw something back right here, maybe find Arya's aggression, but Arya knows better. Look at this. down for the count.
Oh,
And the
the line.
flashpoints, oh, it's so good. It's the right time. And Arya knows when to capitalize on it. And Oryx is taking control of Rubble. That was the best thing to do without flawless for the attacker's side. I think 3 to 4, like, yeah, it's close right now, but this is probably where they run away with the game.
Okay, if I'm Team Clanker Clan, I'm absolutely. I think Lihu should just full save and just save her op to buy for. I don't know who's the op, who can op on Clanker Clan. Just someone just buy the op just so that like, because again, the good news is that with Ash's Champion Squad's comp, if you're Clanker Clan, right? They have Breach Flash. That's basically it to like deter an op. That's it. And even then, you can dodge the Breach Flash. It's not that big of a deal. So you can just op for like the C or something like that. And the only issue is that. Well, I'm talking about the Fade pin, right? With the Fade raise pin, they have an Omen. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lihu, though. Lihu.
What a nice haunt. But Lihu getting a little bit greedy. Ashcon able to find the refrag. That is good news for the attacker side, because that allows them to move off of A and start drawing a and capitalize on their drawn rotation towards the A site.
That's good.
Maybe Veldot does find Lilac, but there's still more work to be done in order to finish this round out on the defender side. So Swifty ready with the Bucky in hand, seeing if Arya wants to test this extremity, but it's actually going to be the CT angle that they want to take control of. Wait a second, they're moving all the way around the spike too.
Swifty can hear this though.
Yeah, Swifty's getting a little bit wise to it, but it's only Arya that has been moving through. Swifty doesn't know if there's any other attackers there, but wait, the plant isn't coming at the right time.
Swifty,
There's no plant coming through.
Swifty,
oh my gosh, no! The clues were all there. He just needed to put the puzzle together. And it's now a 3v3 with so much space from the defenders taken. At least Clocracy is so close on the site, on their heels, but it's such a good post plant for where the attackers are. Ashcon, wait a second, that's a perfect satchel. Clocracy knows something that we don't, but Arya is on the case. And now Cursed trying to move through, trying to get something at least. And Ketsu knife out, it's Cursed! Stopping a situation from turning from worst to the worst.
That was so close. That was so close because that's also how have we ever seen a post plan scenario where the attacking team is in the defender's spawn? All three of them. the sides are
the right thing to do.
The sides are reversed. That was so weird. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was so close too. And the unfortunate thing is that just Ketsu had a guardian, so not that easy to kill the Fade, even though the Fade didn't have any more. You know, they had to reload the shorty, right? But ends up not going in their favor. So as a result, Ash's Champion Squad up 2.
Oh wow. Yeah, and that was even a eco round for Clanker Clan, so they're not out of this just yet. They have been showing their improved showings on the attack, the defender side. So like all of this rotation being taken through, Cursed ready, very nice awareness from Arya and Cursed, but it's not enough because Lilac has just gone down for the count. Cursed, maybe want to hang around for this, but leave your Oryx inserted. And that sounds really wrong. Leave Omen inserted. There we go.
Yeah, and
there we go. Leave him. Now,
okay, that's a good trade, but
Swifty finds a trade, yeah, but it still has delayed all of these players. Wait a second, Chloe swings out at the right time, but can't find the shots necessary to stop this attacker push. And now they just want nothing to do with the B site. Keep the defenders on their toes. On the run.
I was gonna say, Clanker Clan's rotation's so slow here because I think they're worried about the Neon ult and like, you know, Arya taking so much space that she's playing like super aggressive, right? Like just up front and everything like that. But ends up because Arya's, you know, the Neon ult, thank God, got nerfed, right? To where the duration's like halved. So ends up that Arya just backs up. Oh no, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still such a skillful ulti. Probably the most skilled ulti in the game, I think. But yeah.
Hey, we're chambermaids. We can't talk that much.
At least we have to aim. If we miss the shot, we're punished for it. So
yeah, we don't have to move.
Yeah,
we could just teleport out.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Neon can just do that. And just have fun with that. But yeah, either way, okay, 6-3. Still going for Ash's Champion Squad, which they didn't even have to. All they invested was the Neon ult. Wow, our first timeout. Finally, first timeout of this grand finals. Okay, they're gonna talk about it. Which, yeah, that's fair. I will say, so what I was talking about with like the op, which I think would have been helpful like 3 rounds ago. They can't save for op anymore because, you know, you have to save this round or everything like that, which means that next round, if you're buying an op, I think it's gonna be an op, and then you might not even be able to buy armor.
Yep.
If you're Clanker clan, so you can't really afford to. So at this point, ops out of the question. You're close to ultis, right? You do have the raise rocket, which is, you know, it's something, but so if I'm team Clanker clan, right? You're already throwing the util out for the A by default, which is decent, but you should know by now that since they have the Omen, since they have the Neon to where they can just go past it without anything like that, you could just toss your util towards Rubble to just get the Omen instead. Because if you're able to get rid of the Omen, then, you know, hey, at least they don't have smokes, right? At least all of a sudden Ash's champion squad doesn't have smokes. But if I'm Ash's champion squad, right? I just go C. Yeah, I just go C. Why do we gotta go we don't have to go to the A to get that. And even better is that, yeah, Lilac just lurking here so that if it turns out that the combo doesn't come out, then you can just rotate. Like what we're seeing here. A lot of utility invested, and look at that immediate rotation, as they should. Because Lilac's already taking up space. Cypher is set up A, which feels bad because Cypher sucks on A. So this is gonna this is gonna be really quick.
I am not a fan of it. I'm sure Swifty isn't either, and maybe with the Bucky, that could have been something, but I can't even say good try. Yeah, I guess we can say it's good try. But yeah, that's the round, I think. Unless Chloe and Co can pull out something crazy. Wait a second, Lilac just, wait, that's a misplay. Lilac might have just open up the round for the defenders, and Oryx teleporting close as well. Yeah, you're right. Curse ready with a haunt though, so that's so much info. But what else is available? Yeah, they do have Rolling Thunder. The Showstopper coming out.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna miss it, but Veldot is just so fast ahead of it. Ashcon 1v2.
Aftershock.
And the 3A, it's forcing them off of the defuse, but it's still available for the taking, and the Clanker clan does take it. How did they let that slip by?
You know why? It's because the spike is not planted for that specific aftershock, so the aftershock can't cover it. It's planted. Yeah. It's not planted for box. It's planted for the wall, which, you know, it's not
for tree, and tree was cleared out.
Exactly. So that ends up going into favor for team Clanker clan. So, but I mean, that was a costly round, right? That was a costly round because Swifty can't even buy full shield unless you ask Ketsu really nicely and go for that buy. But yeah, it looks like they're just having the Cypher set up A, which again feels bad. If I'm Cypher, I'm like, why am I set up A, man? It's not a great time for the Senti, but
it's like yeah, there's a way to do it on Cypher, but it's just not enough on Lotus against this comp, I suppose. And now the spike has been heard. Dropped. Ketsu is in here, but the triple setup right here. Good thing that Ashcon and Co did not commit into the site, otherwise they would have a really bad time. Look at Arya, has other plans. And the duel between Lilac and Swifty. Lilac wins out, so that's an immediate call to go towards the A site with them from the shadows too. That is perfect.
Ooh, Lihu.
Oh man. Where else could they have teleported to? Akatsu still hesitating, but maybe this is the correct approach based on how forward the attackers have been playing these post plants. But there's nothing else to do, I guess. Like, they're so entrenched. You have to get past these A main players, and Lilac so good, and a fourth as well. Lilac, you're kidding me! Ace from the Sentinel that just found one for the team. Your job is done. You could have just rested on your laurels, but Lilac, blooming here in Lotus. That was crazy.
Ew. I got a stink face going on, excuse my language. But yeah, I mean, the second ace of the tourney there coming from Lilac, just the crazy part too is that Lilac's not even playing in like a safe spot. They're playing like stared. So it's like it's really scary. But yeah, so because of that, I mean, second ace of the tourney, Ketsu with the first one, so both teams here able to brag about that. That is a gamble from Clanker Clan, is the leaving A wide open.
And it's the wrong one. They lost big. Look at this. I mean, I guess the Steel Garden is ripped, but like, what's next? They have so much util to play with. I guess they're not. They're so confident on using it on the site when nobody's there. And Lilac, yeah, Lilac's a little dissatisfied with the way that went. And Ashcon playing forward to find that flanker. There's so many players coming in, and oh my gosh, wait! Swifty, Ketsu, and Liu combined. It's working out for the defenders right now instead of the attackers. It's Wait,
Kill him.
The overdrive has gotten seized, so it might actually run out, but never mind. Wow, okay, that's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
I hate Neon ult, man. Just slides out and then just gets good job for team Clanker Clan. Makes it 5-7. So this is the closest half I think out of any game so far for this grand finals, which is huge. But yeah, swapped half, and honestly, so if I'm Clanker Clan, right, I think you're pretty happy with that with the results, because the one thing I was talking about for Team Ash Champion Squad, the negatives for their comp is that, well,
Now we wait.
if the Neon's not able to get the space, then it is a little bit trickier for the rest of the team to get on the site. Now, they didn't really play to, or Clanker Clan didn't really play to that knowledge of like, oh hey, just take the fight a little bit more aggressively in the beginning, because you saw a lot of gambles and whatnot, but they were able to play the retake really well together. And not give ones and everything like that.
But look at this.
But, yeah, this is a bloodbath.
This is the perfect set play. This is exactly what you want to see out of the standard Lotus composition. And now we smoke main, and then they have to re-clear it. Wait, no, there's no smoke coming in. They have a free re-clear. If there was a little bit more, this is a little bit stronger for Clanker Clan right here. You're gonna throw a nade towards Arya, and Arya is so pressured. But wait, the slides. It fades close bullets in favor of killing Veldot. And it's all falling to pieces. This is an amazing defender round. Oh my gosh. It was a bloodbath.
Okay. How does Arya get cleared out from rubble, then runs across the entire team? The entire team, and then gets a kill, gets chopped. How? I love Neon. I love it. It's such a great, love it.
Arya is just them. This is so fun to watch. It's like, I can't even call what's going on right now because something happens and then Arya just makes it through, I guess.
Okay.
Damn.
Gotta go.
And now they're gonna go for B. Oh, they're gonna go for B after that. And oh, look at that. Neon's taking so much space here.
When Arya doesn't hear anything, immediately there's a rotation coming out. Yes, they fade it. Yeah, it's just the fade on site. There goes Omar down for the count. Yeah, it's almost, it's basically.
Oh my god, and he got Ketsu through the smoke.
Oh
my god. Oryx.
Yeah, and now it's slowed down to a halt, but look at Veldot harassed by these flashpoints. Oh, big straight into Ashcon's trap right there. Ashcon wanted Veldot to swing in, but maybe Cloakrcy has a way out of this sticky situation right now. And now Arya moving in. Oh my gosh, just so fast. Oh my god, playing with your food. Oh no. Oh my god, Lubu.
So what's crazy too is, like, we're talking about the impact of the Neon. Arya, compared to last game, isn't even putting up as crazy of a performance. Like, Ashcon's 17-7, right? So playing a fantastic, game so far. And the crazy thing too is you see the differences between the two teams, right? With like the Vise versus the Cypher, right? Is that the Vise wall for team Clanker Clan, you can't afford to do that. You can't afford to just have one person go out. Like, if you know the Wise wall somewhere, either C or B, and if you figure that out, you have to back off, or util dump and then go out.
It.
Exactly. It's one of the two.
And now
so
Arya.
Oh my
gosh, so fast.
Trade.
At least you do it, but how did the aftershock clip Ketsu?
Neon got stunned. Ketsu got stunned.
Oh my, that is disastrous. And now it's just only the Raze, and oh my god, Omar! How are you ready for the jump peek? It was like a sign from Providence or something like that. So
Ew.
now, oh wow. Now we have to
well-
re-clear A, but we can't because of the smokes. They don't know
Yeah.
that the rest of Clanker Clan is moving towards C. This is really bad for Ashcon and Co. It's just Lilac here with a Bulldog and with the Uzo out. This is terrible. With the Arc Rose. Wait a second, it's not broken. And it gets Cloakersy right like that.
Smoke. Yeah, that's
Yes,
smart.
Lilac has the right idea, but
They
Swifty
don't
has
know. They
moved
have no
across.
idea.
Lilac
They have
has to be
no-
aware.
oh my.
Oryx is though, and it's working out beautifully. Omar's trying
They
to
still don't know where
reclaim
Lilac
this
is.
round, but they don't know where Lilac is, and Omar cannot stand up to the task.
Oh, they had the read on Lilac. Lilac was known where the position was. They don't break the vise like blind, and then all of a sudden, because of that, just yeah. Well, that's even after the fact that Lilac had the disgusting shot on the. Or sorry, not Lilac. It was no, it was Lilac, right? On the A main. So just off of the jump peak too. So. I mean, everyone's just putting in their work if your team Ash's champion squad. It's so hard to be able to deal with this.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh, what a
Attack
fade eye.
had the. Yeah, that was a great one. Attack had the right idea too. Like Clanker Clan sure would have taken that round away if it just wasn't for that unfortunate timing on site. Oh, wait a
Ooh,
second.
oh, okay.
What? Solo Vice played up like a chamber.
Nope.
Lilac isn't afraid of anything. And Oryx, it's all going the way of Ashcon and Co. This sweep looks inevitable. And Cloakersy
Flash.
peeks straight into the flashpoint. There's another. Oh my gosh! You have to hate it. Hate to see it. Oh my god.
Call the second timeout. Call the
What
second
is
timeout.
that?
If I'm call the second timeout if I'm Clanker Clan. Yeah. So I mean, this is. It's so hard too because like they're trying to default because like yeah, why not, right? Nothing's really been working on the attack so far. You know, you're down 0-4 for the second half, so you got to try to make something work. At this point, what I've noticed is that for both teams, especially on the attack, they have a lurk initially. They don't really commit to the lurk, right? They just get the info and then they want to go play with the team. Makes sense, right? You're in a 5. You don't want to leave your team hanging.
What happens if your team just gets collapsed?
Yeah, at this point
upon?
you kind of need to be able to. Something needs to change here, right? And so that's where it looks like this time around they're not opting to push out just yet.
Yeah.
They have a lot of util already being wasted for Ash's champion squad.
Yo, what I'll say is like they have no flashes. Ash just has free reign of the mound with that. Oh my gosh, with that flashpoint as well. It's all down to the gunfights after the fact of the flash. As Swifty might have found a lurk, but this is still a 3-on-3. I just noticed that Clanker Clan do not have flashes on their team.
Where are you?
It's so hard to push past smokes and the like. And with the shear coming through, 2 players are actually through. 3 players are through. And Cursed is going to be a little bit harassed in this position right now. Lilac ready, but Cloakersy is ready-er. And now it's a 2v3. Wait a second, Clanker Clan might have found a way out of this by sheer determination. Cursed probably just has to save this, but they do have the money, so go for it anyway, we say. And now Cursed being watched like a hawk by Cloakersy and Co. Omar as well. Swifty investigates, but do we expect the pole player? No, we don't. We don't even clear up her, so this might be the start, but I'm not convinced yet.
Yeah, the only issue is that all these rounds that Clanker Clan are winning, it's at the cost of like, you know, none of them are like clean flawless as to where they can save the econ, right? Constantly members that are dying have to buy rebuy, and because of that, like it's 3 light shields on the side of Clanker Clan, so really hard for them to be able to invest that. And then, you know, on the other side too, Lilac for Ash's champion squad opting for the op. And you actually cursed it as well with the Odin, so that's a lot of just potential util that
Oh no.
Okay,
Lilac
okay,
for
well,
the
the op
first
just got-
time loses the first duel, and
There's the
that's
op.
Wait, that's a signal for Clanker Clan to just keep moving towards C, but wait, they want to take it a little bit slower. They actually want to bait out this rotation and then have a
Yeah.
little bit of an easier
That's
time
smart.
going on to A.
The only issue is that I think they left the op to be retaken,
Uh-oh.
so that I'm not saying they're gonna actually commit to getting the op, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
Cursid though is
possibility.
alone on site. Cursid is in the world of trouble. Okay, he's able to get away.
Knifes it. That is aura. I didn't know you could do that.
Spike planted.
Yeah, and well,
Coming through.
okay.
Oh, Arya has other plan. Arya is so
They're taking
far up
so
right
much
now.
space. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just crunched into A site. Maybe you have control of tree, but the start cover is gonna isolate that as well. No flashes to push out from. It's just the defenders trying to win out these 8
Ooh,
duels, and they
nice,
can't.
Swifty. Ooh.
Swifty, holy. Nah, that was a Swifty. That was all Swifty getting that round. I'm not gonna lie.
Dry peeks the op, gets a one tap on the op, and then that's actually huge, right? Because amount of money invested, doesn't even get a pick. They don't even reclaim the op. Now all of a sudden, you know, if your team Ash Champion Squad, your money is, it's not horrible. Again, you have 4 rounds to deal with, right? Like it's by far it's not even close to being over. So, you know, you don't have to force buy this round, and it looks like they're not. They're just gonna opt for shotguns, but it's a good sign if your team, you know, Clanker Clan, just to be able to get some econ saved here. Although they're leaving the spike and spawn.
This, oh my gosh, Ashcon taking matters into his own hands, getting the Vandal, though,
Okay.
a little bit too hungry.
That was bold.
Ugh. Chopped cheese. No, laying a mousetrap there. And the shear has been triggered as well. The defense still a little less aware.
They're saving the Vandal.
Yeah,
gonna toss it.
or at least preventing it.
Yeah, they're
from
gonna toss
falling
it.
into the hands. There we go. Bye-bye. And now the defense is looking a little bit nervous as to where they're going to be, but that's a little bit more info. That's great info, actually. Understanding that there's more A players coming out. Ketsu, oh, this Lilac.
Okay.
This Lilac has to hit the shot, but it can't. Now, that's A site control given over, but a little bit more slowly than we maybe like. Cursed has the ability to just peek
Arya's
out and
ult.
find Clocracy, but wait, that paint shell would have sealed their
no.
fate. Oh no, they could have lined up right there.
Okay.
Arya, a golden opportunity, but Cursed, wait a second, clawing out a place for them in this round, and now it's Veldot facing a newly revitalized Cursed,
no
getting
location.
off of the angle with the hunt as well. Oh my gosh! Wait, yes, the resurrection, Cursed, drawn away from the spike. That's exactly what Veldot wants, but it's not enough delay. The spike is still primed for the defuse, and Cursed saves their team, getting the match point. That is absolutely mental.
There is that is an absurd flick on Cursed to not only get the, okay, so first off, the timing to be able to kill Lihu, right, coming out of the smoke, but then also to then go into the smoke, flick onto, I believe it was Swifty in tree, get rid of Swifty as well, and then the crazy part too is that, you know, gets the information on where chopped cheese is, even throws the pin bounces off, hits himself. And obviously it doesn't do anything if it, you know, hits your own team or yourself, but just everything kind of going wrong at the end and then going right at the end is crazy if you're cursed, but I mean, good stuff.
Now this is just all the wrong things happening at once. If you're on Clanker Clan, maybe you're already feeling that you've lost this. Wait a second, Lilac finding something here. Understanding that there's early presence C, but Oryx is wise to the default. They understand. Wait a second, Oryx, right
Not
here,
looking,
right now.
not
You've
looking.
got to step up,
Oh.
and Oryx does. So Swifty gets the refrag, but it's still a man advantage for the defender side. And Cursed, oh, might have just had a free kill, but that shear is luckily going to come up. And Lilac tucked in. They have no way of finding this
Surely
out
they
on the
clear.
side of Clanker Clan. Yeah, it's been too much time. Swifty, ooh,
Swifty
Lilac
didn't
can
clear,
be
Swifty
anywhere. You had the right idea. Oh my gosh, Lilac almost fumbles it, but still safe. The showstopper, in an act of desperation, comes out and does stymie that aggression, but it's Arya. to close out the series 3-0 with the Odin. What a mental performance from the side of Ashcon and Co. Ash is champions for sure. They are champions.